now tuned into Urban Force Media.
All right, welcome back. This evening we're going to be talking about the Cleveland County School Board of Education in North Carolina. We got Samantha Davis with us. She's a candidate to be with the Board of Education. How you doing, Samantha?
I'm great, thanks.
All right. I did a little research, and I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into this one. First of all, it was very hard for me to find information on Cleveland County. Cleveland County, North Carolina. You've been absent on the web for some reason. We're going to get into that, Samantha, in a few. But let me go over this first. With math, it's only 46% above average. Or of average. It ain't even above average. It's 46%. Then it says in reading. Books like this right here. In reading, it's only 45%. Why is that?
We have high school children graduating that cannot read. And that's a problem.
Well, who does the problem lie on?
Our superintendent, our school board. I mean, you got to start at the top. What are we doing wrong? Why are these children graduating and they can't even read? But that's why me as a parent and a mother, I'm one of them that you can't put everything on the school system. We as parents have to step up. If you see that your teachers or the school system isn't teaching your children what they need to learn, it's our job as parents, for me, to teach them. In my experience, I'm going to be honest, I'm a parent and I still have 2 children in Cleveland County schools. Sometimes teachers just don't want to help the child for whatever reason.
What is the primary role of the Board of Education?
The school board is to form policies. They are pretty much the superintendent's boss. He's supposed to answer to them. In Cleveland County, it's the other way around. Our current school board answers to him, and that's part of our problem in this county. We don't have accountability in our school system. That's a big problem.
Sounds like the school systems is all over the place. It's whoever can talk the loudest and bark the longest has control. And that's a catastrophe.
In Cleveland County, they want to send teachers or principals or whoever's not doing their job or who's been complained on, they send them to Turning Point. In Cleveland County, I always say this, they protect the bad ones. I don't know why, I have no answer as to why, but they do not want, they would rather.
Because they don't want to have a bad name. So
exactly.
They want to brush that under the table. That's the number one reason why.
I'm going to give you an example of something that's going on right now in Cleveland County. We have a parent of a special needs child who goes to North Shelby. Teacher pushed him down. He hit the concrete, had to have 5 staples put in his head. This teacher is still employed at North Shelby School. That's a problem for me. We've got to hold people accountable. In Cleveland County, here's how it goes. If you're good at sports, they love you. If your mom and daddy's funding the school system or got money or part of the good old boys club, they love you. It's about who you know, what color you are, and how much money you have, and what sport you play. Plain and simple, that's how it is in Cleveland County.
Samantha, can you see the comments that are being placed up on the screen?
Yes, and that's true. I've dealt with that myself. That's another thing I've dealt with. I had football players bullying my special needs son, and they was back on that field that Friday night playing football.
Why are you running to be a part of the Cleveland County School Board of Education?
Because I want to change. I'm tired of people that's on the board that are I call them puppets on a string, because they let people that we have bullies on the board. They do and say what the majority wants them to do and say. one thing about me is when it comes to our children, I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care how much money you have or who your friends are. I'm going to protect our children and I'm going to fight for our children. And I don't see anybody on that school board that does that. A lot of people on the board are on the board to see who they can get promoted, what family members they can get in certain job positions. I have nothing to gain from this except the safety of our children and make sure that our children get an equal education across the board.
Guys, can you put on the screen what Cleveland County's Board of Education, School Board of Education looks like? In this picture, you see 2, 4, 6, 7 people. There's actually 9. The other 2, for some reason, we couldn't crop it good to get the other 2 in there. But let's see. Let me give you the names. You have Kiara Miller, she's the chairperson. Richard Hooker, the vice chairman. Philip Glover, Robert Harris, Joe Boggs, Danny Blanton, Dr. Jack Emmerich, Nina Green, Coleman Hunt.
And to be honest, I see people on there that have been sitting on that board for way too long and have not made a change.
Number one, the board is against you. Look at them. Mm-hmm. You ain't got the degree. That's on me. I'm saying it to you. They are against you. Why are they against you? Because there's still problems in the school system. If you've been there all that damn time, why is there still problems? I go back to something I've said to some people before. Now, if you've seen at least 5 presidents in your lifetime, and America is still in damn shambles, what the hell is that telling you? Quit voting for people that look like the same people who have been president for the 5 presidents you've actually seen. You got to stop it. How can the younger generation, such as my age and your age, get involved within the School Board of Education to become a member? Tell me what the process is for a person to say, hey, I want to run to be on the School Board of Education.
All you have to do is go to the Board of Elections, pay $25 and sign up.
That easy.
That easy. It's not hard.
Nobody.
But I've got to say another thing. One of the reasons why some of them are still there, as long as they have been, is because we do have people in our county that will vote solely for you because of the color of your skin. That's got to stop.
At the school board meetings, who are generally allowed there?
The public. It's open to the public. And you can speak. You have 3 minutes. You just have to sign up.
Why do you think parents aren't showing up?
They don't know.
They don't know about the meeting.
They don't know there's board meetings. And, one can say, oh, well, we got it listed on our website. Well, guess what? Right now, it's not listed on the website. And we have a high poverty rate in Cleveland County. I don't know the numbers, but I know it's a high poverty rate. And I know there's a lot of parents and homes that don't have internet access. So how are they going to get on the internet to see when a board meeting is, or even where to look to see where the board meetings are?
Let's try this. Hey, Google, what is the poverty rate in Cleveland County, North Carolina?
Here's some information from the web that might possibly help. 19.9%. On the website datausa.io, they say 19.9% of the population for whom poverty status is determined in Cleveland County, North Carolina live below the poverty line, a number that is higher than the national average of 13.1%.
Wow.
To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
So viewers, damn what you heard before. Listen to what you heard now. She said it before I just spoke to Google. You heard Google. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear Ms. Davis. Ms. Davis saying it was high. But Google said it's higher than the national average. The national average is 13. Do you feel you being on the board can make a dent, a change, a significant change as to how teachers are actually handling the children?
I can try.
Because
I'm going to be honest. There's not much. If it's just me, I have to have people on that board that right now you got a board, you got one that's for the children, and you got 8 that are together and against that one. If I get on that board and we keep the same 3 incumbents on there that's on there now, I'm just going to be there speaking up and trying my best to fight for what's right, but they're going to shut me down no matter what I try to do.
Cleveland County, North Carolina, these people need to be removed. It's up to you to do it. In November, you can do it.
I want to speak up about something you said a while ago about Dina Green. I came here to speak my truth, and I'm getting ready to speak it to you. When I've had problems with injustices against my children and other brown children, she did not speak up for them. Believe it or not, one of the old men is the only one that stood up for my child and other children. Dina Green, I'm not going to get into details, but she approached me during the 10-minute session at that board meeting where I spoke about what happened to my daughter. The only person on that school board that cared and even investigated and tried to help my daughter with what happened to her was Danny Blanton. Anytime I've had an issue, whether the child's black, white, special needs, Danny Blanton is the only one on that board that helped me. Not election time, nothing to gain. He helped me. He's helped parents. Dina Green has sat on that board and looked pretty and doesn't speak up when she needs to speak up. And when I spoke at that board meeting, I'm going to go ahead and get this out there. I called out there's a video that my daughter recorded this board meeting about what happened to her. I called out Coleman, Green, and Hooker. The reason I called them out is because they look like my daughter. And I wanted to know why you're letting this go on in our school system when you've lived this. You've lived this, but you sit there and you had no emotion on your face. You said nothing. And when we left out of there, my daughter was 13 at the time. She looked me in my face and she said, "Mama, they don't care about us." A 13-year-old child. Do you think she's the only one that feels like that? That school board is full of corruption.
Once the election is over, whether you win to be on the board or do not win to be on the board, I'd like for you to come back. And the reason why is because a change, as Sam Cooke once sung a song called "A Change Is Going to Come." And the only way a change is going to come is if you recruit people to stand behind you. You had said it earlier that too many people want to vote for in that area the same old way.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reasons. We'll give them their reasons. They can keep it. But it can be changed. And the way to change is through the youth. The youth can change it. Too many young people do not vote. They don't. Number one, it's not serious enough to them. Number two, why me? Until we can, that's why I asked, do you go out and participate in some door knocking and reaching out and touching some shoulders and saying, "Hey, this is what I'm doing"? Are you doing that now?
I'm not going to doors, but I have spoke to a lot of youth. And when I say youth, I'm talking about 18, 19, 20, the real young ones. I've spoken to a good bit of them. And I even stay in touch with a lot of them to make sure. I'm like, if you don't register to vote, I'm going to bring the papers to you. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's important.
Good deal.
If these children that just graduated are 18, 19, 20-year-olds, they know what they dealt with in the school system, then you need to vote to prevent that from happening to your cousin, your brother, your sister. Vote, vote, vote is what I tell them. Your vote does matter.
What are you campaigning that you are willing to try to bring to the School Board of Education there in Cleveland County, North Carolina?
What am I trying to bring?
Yeah. What are you campaigning that you're bringing to the board?
What I'm bringing to the board is I want our children, like I said, equal education, safety. Safety is a really big thing for me. But I want our teachers, because we really haven't spoke on them much. I want our teachers to feel safe. I want our teachers to know that if you go to Samantha Davis with a problem, she's going to do everything in her power to help you. I'm not going to tell such and such and retaliate against you, because we have teachers, lots of teachers, who are scared to come forward because of retaliation. And it's happening in Cleveland County. I know teachers that have lost their jobs for speaking up. Because I'm going to be honest, I went to a principal one time and I said to her, the school board meetings are televised, they're public. If 15 of y'all come to the school board meeting and you speak up against what's going on, they can't fire all 15 of you. This principal looked me dead in my eyes and said, Miss Davis, you're right. They can't fire us all, but they can make our life teaching a living hell, is exactly what this principal told me.
Okay, so we go back to, it just sounds like there's a lot of scared people for whatever reason. I mean,
There are.
if you're dealing with teachers that are making 60, 70, 80,000 a year, all right, I can kind of like understand and get your point. We're not talking about teachers that are making that kind of money. They can go to Tyson and make way more money than making as a school teacher, even though they love children. Open up your own damn daycare. You love children that much. If you're going to be scared, to open up your mouth and do the right thing for the children's sake. I don't care. You don't need to be there if you're going to be scared. I can't reiterate that no more, Ms. Davis. If you are scared, get the hell out. Go find a job you're not scared of.
We have to stand up. I say that all the time. We have to stand up. There have been people that told me their stories, and I'm like, will you please come to a board meeting and speak out? And she was like, no, I'm scared my husband will lose his job. I mean, there are people on that board, I'm not going to say their names, but they have been known to call people's jobs to get them fired. And I'm not talking about teaching jobs. I'm talking about jobs out in the community. There are people on that board that have power, because in Cleveland County, we have what we call the good old boys. When I get on that board, I want to get rid of a lot of this corruption. I want to expose it. I'm going to be honest, because we can't protect our kids and do what's right for our kids if we got all this corruption going on.
One person asked Google how many white teachers are in Cleveland County. Hey, Google, how many white teachers are in the school systems of Cleveland County, North Carolina?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
I'm going to tell you guys. Cleveland County isn't updating nothing. Nothing. When I went to do research, I found other states that was giving massive information about their schools. Cleveland County, I'm going to be honest with you. That's a county where KKK originated. Look in your history books real deep, you'll find it. And there really hasn't been much to change, because some of the families who own so much property in Cleveland County owns a lot still in Cleveland County. And they control a lot what goes on in Cleveland County as to why good old boys are still the good old boys. And that's why I put those pictures on the screen. Get them going. You can do it. Your vote can change what good old boy think they got power to do. You can do it. And when good old boy tell lies and then throw corruption in to manipulate the system, call them out. Come to platforms like this. Go to your news stations. Stop sitting back and say, oh, well, it ain't my child. Stop doing that. When did you get involved with wanting to be on the school board?
The incident that happened to my daughter, I say, was the icing on the cake. I knew then when I went and spoke to that board about what happened with my daughter, that these children needed somebody on that board who cared enough about them to try to make change. Somebody who's going to stand up for them and doesn't care what anybody else thinks. That was the icing on the cake for me. When I went to a meeting, because I am that involved parent, and I met with other parents that looked like my daughter that said their daughters was in teen court for the exact same reasons my daughter was. My daughter was in teen court, a charges pressed against her, referred to teen court because she beat up a white child who pushed her and called her the N-word. Nothing was done to that child. My daughter had the right to defend herself. And not one member on that board, except Danny Blanton, tried to help my daughter, but he's one person. And whether I get on the school board or I don't, I'm still going to fight for the children because that's who I am. But that is the main reason. That's what made me run for school board, is because our children need someone to speak for them.
Now, Miss Davis, she has a comment. She says, Miss Davis is a must-be on the school board. Well, Miss Barrett, Julie, make sure you, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, your whole community, don't vote for her. And right now, text everybody, hey, look at this podcast that Miss Davis was on. She's explaining why she should be on the school board of Cleveland County, North Carolina. And take it to your church. Yeah, I said it. Take it to your church. Take it to all of the churches that you can see. Let them know who Miss Davis is. Miss Barrett, she needs people like you. If you feel that passionate about her, make sure you help her get noticed. But it's up to you, Miss Davis. And what you say, you got to implement it. You get on that school board, Miss Davis. Cleveland County will find out what you're doing and what you ain't doing. And you got to report back.
I agree.
Back, and your report card is E, D minus. You got to go.
The same way that I want others held accountable is the same way I want to be held accountable.
Miss Davis, once again, can you tell the people why you are running and what you're hoping to accomplish if you are to become a member on the board?
I'm running for school board for our children. Accountability, transparency. I want to be a voice for the children. I want to be a voice for the teachers that feel they have no voice. I'm running for the school board to bring a fresh face that has nothing to gain from being on the school board besides the children's safety and education. I have no family to get hired or promoted. I have no business that can benefit from the school board. I'm solely running for school board for our children. And if you want somebody on the school board that's for the children and not the corruption and not a yes woman and not going to agree just to agree, I'm that person. If you want somebody that's going to hold people accountable, I'm that person. If you want somebody that's going to speak up, I'm definitely that person.
So what you're saying is you're willing to go to the School Board of Education in Cleveland County and be non-biased?
That's right.
People, you heard it first here at the roundtable session. Samantha Davis, I highly appreciate you coming here and voicing why you want to run, where you are running, and why you want to be a member there on the School Board of Education. I lend out to you my hand of success that does happen. The people get this word out to let the community, the county, the state know who you are. That Miss Davis is the person that is willing, wanting, and have the change plan to bring to Cleveland County. People, not many people stand up and tell the truth. Miss Davis didn't know the questions that I asked her. I sat down with her 15 minutes before we started this podcast, and I told her personally, I will not give you the questions. I want you to be raw and real to the honesty of your ability, and I feel that she has. If I was casting a vote there, I would give you a 100%, Miss Davis, that, unless something happened, your name wasn't on the ballot, you will get my vote. Based on the fact that you have passion towards the teachers, you have passion towards the children. You didn't have passion towards one over the other. You had passion towards both. So you're there to protect the teacher and you're there to protect the children. And you want to see everyone excel per what you had stated. And there's so many problems that you would advise and that the the viewers that are watching who have put into the comment advised, and you advise how you will capitalize on correcting those problems and added in reference to how some of those problems have been there for the length of time. So for that alone, people, what more do you need out of a candidate? What more? You heard it first here from the roundtable session. Ms. Davis, I wish you the best. I'd like to see you on that board. I'd like to see you do that work. I would like for you to come back after the election. And once you get on that seat, you let us know how it went for you, how it made you feel. You're going to get on it. You're getting on it. I'm on it for you. You're getting on it. You on there.
I appreciate that.
And I want you to get in there and shake some stuff up now. Don't get in there and play. You said you ain't going to go play. I want you to go in there with your broom and dustpan every day.
Oh, yeah. It's time to sweep out from under that rug. Remove the rug. Don't sweep out, remove it.
There we go. Until next time, guys, join us here at the roundtable session. Ms. Davis, wish you well.
Thank you.
All right.